Hi students, welcome to Kakatiya Junior College online classes. Welcome to Maths 1BM. So already last class we discussed 4 classes on. Okay, and also some basic concepts also we discussed. Okay now. So last class we discussed the centroid and median sum. Okay now, last class we discussed which one, sir? Centroid and medians. Again one time repeating. Sir, what is the median? Okay now. So we are discussing which one, sir? Medians. Okay now. So see here, suppose there is a triangle ABC is there. ABC. Okay now. Next here D is the midpoint of the side which one, sir? BC. Okay now. E is the midpoint of the side which one, sir? CE. And F is the midpoint of the side which one, sir? AB. Okay now. Here D comma E comma F are the midpoints. Are the midpoints of the sides here BC, CA, AB. Okay now, these are the midpoint of the sides BC, CA, AB. Okay now. So here now first we are discussing median. Median means a line segment drawn from the vertex to the opposite side of the midpoint. Okay now. So here a line segment drawn from the vertex to the opposite side of the midpoint. So this is the vertex A. What is the opposite side, sir? BC is the opposite side. What is the opposite side of the midpoint? D. So the line segment AD is called which one, sir? Median. Okay now. So in the triangle we can draw 3 medians. We have 3 sides are there, 3 vertices are there. So that's why BE and also CF. Okay now. So the concurrent point of the medians is nothing but centroid. Okay now. The concurrent point of the medians is nothing but it is, sir? Centroid. Centroid is denoted by GM. Okay now. So next one is centroid, sir. Centroid is denoted by which symbol, sir? G. Okay now. The concurrent point of the midpoints. Sir, the concurrent point of the median sum. Concurrent point of the medians. Okay now. So E is called the centroid. Okay now. So E is called centroid. So last class this one completed this concept, but again one time repeating it. Okay na? So here centroid is denoted by GM. Every centroid divides the median 2:1 ratio internally. Okay now? Every centroid divides the median 2:1 ratio internally. So that is nothing but AG is to GD. That is nothing but which ratio? 2:1 ratio internally. Every centroid divides the median 2:1 ratio internally. And also we have formula is also there. If A of x1 comma y1, B of x2 comma y2, C of x3 comma y3 are the 3 points. Here observe this one. A of x1 comma y1, B of x2 comma y2, A of x1 comma y1, B of x2 comma y2, C of x3 comma y3 are the vertices of the triangle ABC. Are the vertices of triangle ABC. Okay now. So then the centroid is equal to So centroid is nothing but GM. Centroid G is equal to, we have a formula is there. x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3, x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. See the formula for which is a centroid. Okay now. So next concept we are discussing the circumcenter and circumcircle. Okay now. First we are discussing the circumcircle. Okay now, circumcircle. So see here, a circle passes through the 3 vertices of the triangle. Okay now, see like this one, there is a circle is there. A, B, C. Okay now. Here a circle passes through the three vertices of the triangle. Then the circle is called circumcircle. Circumcircle. Okay now. So a circle passes through the three vertices of the triangle. Three vertices of the triangle. Okay now. So there it is called circumcircle. Okay now. The circle is called the circumcircle. So next we are discussing circumcenter. Okay na. Next concept is circumcenter. Okay now. So circumcenter is denoted by capital S. Okay now. The concurrent point of the perpendicular bisector of the sides of the triangle. Again repeating, the concurrent point of the perpendicular bisector of the sides of the triangle is called the circumcenter. See here, concurrent point of the perpendicular bisectors of the sides of the triangle. Here, what I am saying, sir, perpendicular and bisector. Bisector means the point dividing the two equal parts. So, see here, suppose we are taking D is the midpoint. D is the midpoint. At the point D, we are drawing a perpendicular line. This is called the perpendicular bisector of this side. Which one, sir? BC. Here D is the midpoint, sir. Here midpoint of BC. Midpoint of BC is equal to DM. Okay, na? At the point D, we are drawing which one, sir? A perpendicular line. The perpendicular line may or may not be passes through the opposite vertex. Pogochu. Okay, na? May not be passes through the opposite vertex. Okay, na? So and also we can draw three perpendicular bisector of the sides. We can draw in the triangle. So here also E is the midpoint of the side, which is CA. At the point E, we are drawing which one, sir? One perpendicular line. Okay, now at the point E, we are drawing one perpendicular line. So here F is the midpoint of the side, which is, sir? AB. At the point F also, we are drawing one perpendicular line. So this concurrent point of the perpendicular bisector of the sides of the triangle is called which one, sir? Circumcenter. Here this point is nothing but circumcenter. Circumcenter is denoted by capital S. Okay now. So circumcenter definition: the concurrent point of the perpendicular bisector of the sides. Perpendicular bisector of the sides of perpendicular bisector of the sides of the triangle is called which one, sir? Circumcenter. So always remember this one. Circumcenter is denoted by capital S. Okay now. So and also every circumcenter satisfying one condition, sir. Okay now. So it may or may not be passed through the opposite vertex, but circumcenter is equal distance from all the vertices of the triangle. That is nothing but here there is a circumcenter. Here SCA is equal to SB is equal to SC. Okay now. Circumcenter is equal distance from all the vertices of the triangle. Okay now. So that is nothing but SCA is equal to SB is equal to SC. Circumcenter is denoted by capital S. Circumcenter is equal distance from all the vertices of the triangle. Okay now. So this is very important concept. Circumcenter is equal distance from all the vertices of the triangle. And also next, so each and every time circumcenter may have, so here inside of the triangle or outside of the triangle, depending on our triangle. If triangle ABC is the acute angle triangle is there, so in that case only inside of the triangle circumcenter. Okay, now see here. Suppose there are the three conditions are there. Note 1, note 2, note 3. What is the note 1, sir? If triangle ABC acute angled triangle, acute angled triangle. So acute angle triangle ante alpha tribhujam. Okay, now acute angle triangle means alpha kona tribhujam. If triangle ABC is the acute angle triangle, then the circumcenter is inside of the triangle. Inside of the triangle. Circumcenter is inside of the triangle. So like this one, sir. See here, this is the circle. So this is the acute angle triangle. Here ABC. Here circumcenter is inside of the triangle. SCA is equal to SB is equal to SC. So in each and every type of triangle must and should satisfy which conditions are? This condition. Triangle ABC is acute angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle, right angle triangle. In all the cases satisfying this condition. SCA equal to SB equal to SC. Okay now. Second condition. If triangle ABC is the right angle triangle, right angled triangle, then the circumcenter is the midpoint of the hypotenuse. Midpoint of the hypotenuse. Okay, now triangle ABC is which type of triangle, sir? Right angle triangle. Then the circumcenter is the midpoint of the hypotenuse. Suppose here this is the circle. Here we are taking the right angle triangle A, B, C. So this is the SM, midpoint of the hypotenuse. In this case also, this is the which type of triangle, sir? Right angle triangle. This is the symbol for the perpendicular. Okay now. Here also satisfying which one, sir? SCA is equal to SB is equal to SC. Okay now. SCA is equal to SB equal to SC. Okay now. So next note 3M. If triangle ABC is the obtuse angle triangle. If triangle ABC is the which one, sir? Obtuse angled triangle. Triangle ABC is the obtuse angled triangle. Obtuse angled triangle. Then the circumcenter lies outside of the triangle. Outside of the triangle. Circumcenter lies outside of the triangle, like this one, sir. If this is the circle is there, if this is the center. Acute angle triangle means like this one. Okay now. So A, B, C. Okay now. So in that case, circumcenter is outside of the triangle. Circumcenter is outside of the triangle. Okay now. Here also satisfying SCA is equal to SB equal to SC. In all the case, satisfying which conditions are? SCA is equal to SB equal to SC. Okay now. This is about the circumcenter and circumcircle. Okay now. Now we are discussing the orthocenter. Okay now. Orthocenter. See here. Orthocenter. So before discussing the orthocenter, we are finding the altitude. Okay now. Altitude. Altitude is nothing but height of the triangle. Okay now. So see here, This is the triangle ABC is there. Okay now, ABC. Okay now, here a perpendicular line drawn from the vertex to the opposite side, not the midpoint of the opposite side, only perpendicular line. Okay now, so here a perpendicular line drawn from the vertex to the opposite side. So this is called which one, sir? Altitude. Okay now, altitude means a perpendicular line drawn from the vertex to the opposite side, that is called the altitude of the triangle. Must and should altitude passes through the opposite vertex. Here we are drawing a perpendicular line from the vertex, that's why must and should every altitude passes through the vertex. Okay now, so see here a perpendicular line drawn from the vertex to the opposite side, that is nothing but altitude. Okay now, in the triangle we can draw how many altitudes, sir? 3 altitudes. Okay now, so this is the another altitude, this is the also another altitude. So the concurrent point of the altitudes is nothing but orthocenter. Okay now, the concurrent point of the altitudes is nothing but which one, sir? Orthocenter. Okay now, altitude means a perpendicular line drawn from the vertex to the opposite side. Okay now, that is nothing but altitude. Okay now, so now we are discussing orthocenter. What is the orthocenter, sir? The concurrent point of the, so the concurrent point of the altitudes is called the orthocenter. Okay now, orthocenter is denoted by ORH. Orthocenter is denoted by ORH. Understand? So what is the definition of the orthocenter, sir? The concurrent point of the altitude is called the orthocenter. Okay now, so next incenter and incircle. Okay now first we are discussing which one, sir? Incircle. Okay now, incircle. So this is the triangle. Okay now, so like this one, this is the circle. Okay now, A, B, C. A circle touches the 3 sides of the triangle. Only touches. A circle touches the 3 sides of the triangle. So then the circle is called which one, sir? Incircle. Okay now, so next here observe this one, incenter. Incenter means the concurrent point of the angular bisector of the angles. Okay now, the concurrent point of the angular bisector of the vertices. The concurrent point of the angular bisector, not perpendicular, only bisector. Bisector means we are dividing the 2 equal parts. Okay now, so this is the angle A. So this line is nothing but which one, sir? A by 2, A by 2. This is the angular bisector. Okay now, so here we are drawing which one, sir? Another line B by 2, B by 2. So C by 2, C by 2. The concurrent point of the angular bisector of the angles of a triangle. Okay now, the concurrent point of the angular bisectors of the triangle is called which one, sir? Incenter. Incircle means circle is called incircle. This center is nothing but incenter. Here incenter is equal distance from all the sides of the triangle, not vertices. Incenter is equal distance from all the sides of the triangle. Okay now, so this is our previous concept. Now we are discussing our intermediate first year topics. Already clearly explained our syllabus. Again one time repeating. See, all of you listen carefully from today onwards. Must and should maintain one fair notebook. So intermediate must and should not based on CC pattern. CC pattern అంటే తెలుసుగా మీకు కంటిన్యూ కాంప్రహెన్సివ్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ అంటారు. అంటే వాడు టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ లో నుంచి క్వశ్చన్ లేకుండా కూడా ఇవ్వచ్చు. అంటే ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా నీ నాలెడ్జ్ మీరు టెస్ట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. కానీ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ అట్లా కాదమ్మా. టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ లో ఏ క్వశ్చన్ ఉంటే అదే మాత్రమే ఇవ్వడం జరుగుతుంది ఎగ్జామ్ లో. టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ లో లేని క్వశ్చన్స్ ఎగ్జామ్ లో ఇవ్వడం జరగదు. ఓకేనా? సో హియర్ అగైన్ వి ఆర్ రైటింగ్ అవర్ టాపిక్స్ అమ్మా, అవర్ సిలబస్ మ్యాథ్స్ 1B అమ్మా. ఓకేనా? సో ఫస్ట్ టాపిక్ ఈస్ లోకస్. ఫస్ట్ టాపిక్ ఈస్ లోకస్. సెకండ్ టాపిక్ ఈస్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ ఆఫ్ యాక్సెస్. Transformation of axis. Third one is straight lines. Third one is straight lines. Fourth one is pair of straight lines. Okay now. Fifth one is three-dimensional coordinates. Okay now. Three-dimensional coordinates. Next, sixth one, direction cosines. Direction cosines and direction ratios. Direction ratios. Next, seventh topic is plane. Okay now. Eighth topic is limits and continuity. So limits and continuity. Okay now. Ninth one is differentiation. Ninth one is differentiation. 10th one is applications of differentiation. Applications of differentiation. So total 10 topics amma, and also I am writing the weightage also. Weightage ante ఏ టాపిక్ నుంచి ఎన్ని మార్కులు వస్తాయని ఏమంటారమ్మా, weightage. So locus 4 marks amma. Transformation of axis also 4 marks. Straight lines 15 marks. Okay now, straight lines 15 marks. Pair of straight lines 14 marks. Okay now. So three-dimensional coordinates 2 marks amount. Direction cosines, direction ratios 7 marks. Okay now. Next, planes 2 marks. Limits and continuity 8 marks amount. Limits and continuity 8 marks. Differentiation 15 marks. Applications of differentiation 26 marks. దీనిలో కొంచెం టాపిక్స్ ఎడిట్ చేసినాము డ్యూ టు కరోనా. సో అప్లికేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ డిఫరెన్షియేషన్ అండ్ ఇంకోటి ఈ లిమిట్స్ అండ్ కంటిన్యూటీలో కూడా కొంత వరకు తీసేసినాము. ఎలిమినేషన్, ఆ ఎలిమినేషన్ చెప్పాము మిగతాయి. ఓకేనా? అండ్ ఆల్సో సో మిగతా ఇక్కడ నాకు తెలుసా మేము ఎడిట్ చేసిందో అవి నేను చెప్పాము. ఓకేనా? సో సియర్ వీటన్నిటిని యాడ్ చేస్తే 97 మార్క్స్ వస్తాయి. 97 వస్తాయి. So we have paper only 75 marks. So remaining enna mikka any marks 97 10 marks takku ikkada unnayi 22 marks. Okay na? Choice ana 22 marks endama choice adamaitunda. So manaki with choice question paper 97 marks untaru. Okay na? ఈ 97 మైనస్ 75 అనేది 22 మార్క్స్ చాయిస్. 2 లాంగ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటాయి మనకు మ్యాథ్స్ లో. వెరీ షార్ట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటాయమ్మా, వెరీ షార్ట్ ఆన్సర్స్ క్వశ్చన్స్ 2 మార్క్స్ అమ్మా. షార్ట్ ఆన్సర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ 4 మార్క్స్. లాంగ్ ఆన్సర్ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటాయమ్మా ఇలియకి 7 మార్క్స్. మీకు ఫిజిక్స్ లో వచ్చేసరికి 8 మార్క్స్ ఉంటాయమ్మా, మనకు మ్యాథ్స్ లో మాత్రం 7 మార్క్స్. 2 4 7. There is no objective type in the intermediate. Okay na? Bits questions అనేవి ఉండవు. Only 2 marks questions, 4 marks questions, 7 marks questions. Okay na? ఈ వెయిటేజ్ ఇట్లే ఉంటుందా? ఈ వెయిటేజ్ ఏం మార్పులు జరగవు. మార్పులు చేర్పులు అనేవి ఎటువంటివి ఇప్పటికైతే లేవు. ఏమంటే మీకు ఇంటిమేషన్ చేస్తాను. మార్కులు అంటే ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాం. సపోజ్ ఒక టాపిక్ చదువుకున్నాం అనుకున్నాం, లోకస్ అనే టాపిక్ చదువుకుని సార్ నాకు 20 మార్క్స్ వస్తాయంటే రావు, అట్లా కాదమ్మా. 4 మార్క్స్ వస్తాయి, 5 మార్క్స్ లో రావు, 2 మార్క్స్ లో రావు, కంపల్సరీ 4 మార్క్స్. మనకు మ్యాథ్స్ పాస్ మార్క్స్ ఏంటంటే 26 అమ్మ, 26 మార్క్స్ కు పాస్. మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ 75 రావాలంటే అన్ని టాపిక్స్ చదవాలమ్మా. సార్ నాకు ఒక 40 మార్క్స్ వస్తాయి అనుకుంటే 3 or 4 టాపిక్స్ చదువుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది. ఇక్కడ ఉన్నామా ఈ స్ట్రెయిట్ లైన్స్, స్క్వేర్ ఆఫ్ షేప్ లైన్స్ ఉన్నాయా, 15 14 ఎన్నైతే 29, 29 ప్లస్ 4 33, 33 ప్లస్ 4 అంటే ఈ 4 టాపిక్స్ చదువుతున్నా 37. నువ్వు ఇది ఒకటి చదువుకున్నావు అనుకోండి, 37 ప్లస్ 7 44 అంటే 50% కంటే ఎక్కువ మార్కులు వస్తాయి, 60% మార్కులు వస్తాయి. మీరు చదివేటన్నీ ఓన్లీ 1 2 3 4 అర్థమైందా? అర్థమైందా? ఓకేనా? ఇది మనకు 10th క్లాస్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ కు డిఫరెన్స్. ఏ టాపిక్ నుంచి ఎన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తాయంటే ముందే మనకు ఉంటారు. దీన్ని ఏమంటారు అంటే బ్లూ ప్రింట్ అంటారు. ఓకేనా? సో మస్ట్ అండ్ షుడ్ నోట్ అవర్ టాపిక్స్. ఓకేనా? అలా ఫ్రెండ్స్ సార్ okay, see here our first topic is locus. Okay na? So locus in Telugu ఏమంటారు, బిందు పదం అంటారు, బిందు పదం. Okay na? Locus. So see here the set of points satisfying our given geometrical condition or property is called the locus. See here first we are writing the definition of locus. Here definition, the set of points satisfies given geometrical condition. Given geometrical condition or property. Given geometrical condition or property is called locus. Okay now, locus means so one curve, like that one curve. Okay now, so the curve is represented by its algebraic equation. Okay now, so locus is nothing but one curve. See here, suppose we are taking one condition. Okay now, so find the points whose distance from 5 units from the fixed point C. Again repeating, find the points whose distance 5 units from the fixed point, which one sir? C. So C అనే పాయింట్ నుంచి 5 యూనిట్ డిస్టెన్స్ లో ఉండేటువంటి పాయింట్స్ పైన చేయాలి. సో హియర్ దిస్ ఈజ్ అవర్ లోకస్. Here what is the condition sir? Here condition is 5 units distance from the point, which one sir? C. Here geometrical condition is that one only, 5 units distance from the C. That is our given geometrical condition. So this all the points satisfying our given geometrical condition. This all the dots are our locus. Okay now, again repeating So what is the definition of the locus sir? The set of points satisfies our given geometrical condition or property is called the locus. తెలుగులో అయితే ఇచ్చినటువంటి జ్యామితీయ నియమాలను తృప్తిపరిచే బిందువుల సముదాయాన్ని ఏమంటాము? బిందు పదం. కొంతమంది తెలుగు స్టూడెంట్స్ ఉన్నారట మీ క్లాస్ లో, అందుకే కొంచెం యూజ్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా? సో ద సెట్ ఆఫ్ పాయింట్స్ సాటిస్ఫైస్ అవర్ గివెన్ జియోమెట్రికల్ కండిషన్ ఆర్ ప్రాపర్టీ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ ద లోకస్. ఇచ్చినటువంటి జ్యామితీయ నియమాలను తృప్తిపరిచే బిందువుల సముదాయాన్ని బిందు పదం అంటారు. ఓకేనా? So here what is our given geometrical conditions are 5 unit distance from the center. Okay now, from the fixed point. The fixed point is nothing but center. Okay now, here the circle is our locus. The circle is our locus. Okay now. Here another condition we are taking. Okay now. So find the points whose distance that the points are equal distance from A comma B. Okay now. Here we are taking the point A. Here we are taking the another point B. Find the points which are equal distance from A and B. Okay now. Okay now. Find the locus of the point which are equal distance from A and B. So suppose we are taking the midpoint. Midpoint of which one, sir? AB. So this is our locus. Here we are taking another point. This is also satisfying our geometrical condition. That is nothing but here we are taking, suppose this is the point P. Here satisfying which conditions are PA is equal to PB. This point is also located which ones are equal distance from both A and B. So we are taking another point that is nothing but Q. Here also satisfying which conditions are AQ is equal to BQ. Okay now. Otherwise QA is equal to QB. QA is equal to QB. Next we are taking another point. This is the point R. R is also equal distance from both which ones are A and B. RA is equal to RB. Okay now. So here down side also possible. Here P1 we are taking. So here also satisfying which conditions are AP1 is equal to BP1. We are taking another point Q1. Here also satisfying which ones are AQ1 is equal to BQ1. AQ1 is equal to BQ1. Okay now. So the set of this all the points is called locus. What is our locus, sir? The set of this P, Q, R, S, etc. So this line is our locus. In previous case, this circle is our locus. In this case, this line is our locus. Okay now. Locus is depending on our geometrical condition. Okay now. Locus is depending on our geometrical condition. So here this line is our locus. Okay now. Every locus can be described by its algebraic equation. Okay now. Depending on that condition. Okay now. So there is no general form of the locus. The locus is depending on its algebraic equation. So this is the line. Your locus is line. Your locus is the circle. So your circle general form is, so you written for this one, your x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. The circle, general form of the circle. This is the locus equation. Locus of the circle is nothing but like this one. Every locus can be described by its algebraic equation. So here line is our locus. Line is nothing but like this one. Y is equal to mx plus c. Otherwise, here ax plus by plus c equal to 0. This is the general form of the straight line. Here each and every time we are not getting line, each and every time we are not getting the circle. Depending on our geometrical condition. Okay now? Depending on our geometrical condition. Suppose we are taking another point, see here. So, already last class we discussed about the coordinate system. Okay now? So see here in the plane we are drawing x-axis and y-axis. That is nothing but the coordinate system. In every coordinate system, 4 parts are there: x dash, y dash. This is the origin. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay now? This is the coordinate system. Okay now? So here geometrical condition we are taking. Okay now? Find the points. Okay now? Whose distance from x-axis to 2 units above. 2 units above is possible. Below is also possible. Below means downside. Above means. Okay now? So find the points in the coordinate system which are located, which ones are 2 units distance above the x-axis. So here 2 is there, these all the lines are located how much distance, sir? 2 units distance above the x-axis or below the x-axis? Above the x-axis. Here left side also we can denote the point. Okay now? So this dotted are our locus. Here what is the geometrical condition, sir? The locus is distance from the x-axis how much? How many units? 2 units. So the distance from the x-axis how many units, sir? 2 units. So 2 units distance above the x-axis. So this line is our locus. Okay now? So always depending on our geometrical condition. Okay now? Locus is depending on our geometrical condition. Here this is our locus. Okay now? Here observe, so what is the equation of x-axis? Do you have an idea? Y equal to 0. Equation of the x-axis y equal to 0. So this equation of this line is, so this line is how much distance is there, sir? 2 units from the x-axis. That's why here y is equal to 2. Here locus is y is equal to 2. What is the locus equation, sir? Y is equal to 2. That implies y minus 2 equal to 0. Okay now? Every locus can be described by its algebraic equation only. Okay now? So locus can be described by its algebraic equation only. Okay now? So thank you, students. So next class will be continued.